Kofi Bentil today ewo TV3 so wakwatena so akeka nsem hunu bi ewo so I want us to react to now only government communications director Owura Felix Ofosu Kwakye ena edi boy ni program no so enya asem gitwa Kofi Bentil you be a we penny but sometimes wakasa na se wanhwe nanim na wotie voice obeka say ya kwada na ekasa Kofi Bentil on TV3 sitting on TV and saying say Ofori Atta was so many ways to escape justice, to escape accountability. Now the reason they say Ofori Atta is worried about how he will be treated. So Bagana. Mokai said, Anopano earlier on, Mibabe Kachiramu said, Ghana ambassador to the United States, a friend of Mr. Victor Smith Bekan said, Ofori Atta epese oba Ghana, but he's more concerned about how I be treated. Because onim kwanyo omudi be faso. So oba Ghana anti enode ne fear. So based on that issue, no, Kofi Bentil sitting on TV3 today was telling us, send then they are Ofori Atta pa obetima to citizenship ewa America. Say Ofori Atta pa obetima ye bibia to stay away from justice or run away prior to. But the problem is that they are worried about how Ofori Atta will be treated in Ghana. Underline that word. Owura Felix Ofosu Kwakye responding to sa seminar Kofi Bentil can no say, who is Ofori Atta? Akufo-Addo himself krampa na ono na no ye president no. Obi Atta no Akufo-Addo nam kuruma. The other people are here prosecute your mokrum ha. They are even above Ofori Atta. There are some people are womunso cases ya above Ofori Atta de no. Our womunso cases no so I prosecute your ya ye obi ayaka de. So is Ofori Atta so special? In fact, listen to what happened on the TV. Tiensem hunu Kofi Bentil TV so kan tieno.
If Ken wants to run away, let me tell you some things to which are matters of fact, 100% fact. If Ken wants to run away, okay, today in America, you can buy citizenship. In America, if they say Ken is corrupt and as rich as he is, okay, if you invest a certain amount of money in America, they will give you citizenship. Today, there's something called a Trump Gold Card.
Yes.
It's worth $1 million, $1 million.
You think Ofori Atta can afford that?
I didn't say so. So let me make my point. I didn't say. I'm saying there are matters of fact. With 10 million cedis today, if Ken doesn't have it, Ken has enough friends who can mobilize that for him. He can buy a Trump Gold Card and stay there. Yeah, and the third one, let me finish. The third thing, which is very, very important, Ambassador Smith will tell you, today, if ICE picks you up and says that you are living in the States illegally. In fact, there's a program in the States where they will give you money to self-deport. About $3,000 or so. If you opt to self-deport, they will actually give you money to leave the country. And people have picked it. So today Ken can say, I don't want to be in the States anymore. I want to self-deport. And you will self-deport to a non-extradition treaty country. Another country which doesn't have a extradition treaty with Ghana.
But you need a visa.
Oh, please, you don't... Counsel, if you go, you can go to their place and given all the things, they just go onto the internet, they'll see all the things that are happening with Ken. And they'll admit it. My point is this. There are other ways that Ken can abscond and try and run away from justice. We who are close to him are telling you that. We think what Ambassador Smith just said is the truth. Ken would like to come. Okay? He is not above the law. So we are not asking for special treatment. But what would it take for us to facilitate his coming? So you subject himself to these things. And that's why I asked some of those questions that I asked. In certain places, they even do, they flip witnesses. A guilty person will be flipped to testify against another person. This AG is doing it. Okay? In certain places, they will give some guarantees. Okay? In fact, in the case of Escobar, who is an extreme criminal, they allowed him to build his own prison. Okay? So we should start thinking about ways that we can find accommodation with Ken to get him to calm down. He is not above the law, but he's also not beneath the law. Okay, and if what we want is to try him, go ahead and try him. If what we want is to bring him bodily here, let us arrange something with him to assuage his apprehensions, because he actually has options. And clearly, based on what Ambassador Smith is saying, this is not a run-of-the-mill ICE case. If it's a run-of-the-mill ICE case, he may be sent to Ghana tomorrow. Okay, ICE does not need anybody's permission to do that. They can just throw him out of the place. Okay, so I think we should approach this Ken matter a bit differently from a normal arraignment.
Do unto others what you have others on do unto you. What did Ken do to others?
Is he the one who jailed them?
No, it was his government. You understand me? No, you, Ken, listen, I don't believe that his mismanagement of the economy is basis to prosecute him unless you establish crime. So for me, that he inflicted hardships on Ghanaians through incompetence and mismanagement is not an issue. Ghanaians have exerted retribution by voting out his government and his cousin.
Thank you.
You understand? So that I accept. But if he is believed to have committed a crime, there's nothing about Ken that makes him extraordinary.
I agree.
That allows us to accept this excuse that he will be unfairly treated. You and I live here. Tell me, who has been treated extrajudicially in the last 30 years? Indeed, if anybody can be said to have been treated like that, it will be Gregory Afoko. Why is there not a court ordered his release? He was held for 10 years by the government that Ken was part of. Why? Gregory Afoko was he not human? So how did, no, I'm not even saying that it is justification for treating people wrongly. But I'm saying that in Ghana here, we don't have a history of behaving like Russia. So the Nabadni excuse is completely far-fetched. Look, indeed. Again, let me say this. There may be other instances. But why? The only time in the last 30 years that a high-profile person has died in the custody of security services was Alhaji Issa Mobila in 2005, where he was tortured by soldiers and killed. Since that matter,
I made the point that I don't think this is what my country is.
Exactly. So for me,
don't say that.
It does not even arise. Look, Ken has tried to evade justice. Ghanaian law enforcement officials have the right to hold any and everybody. Look, President Mahama, when he left office, he was subjected to an investigation process.
I have said the same thing.
No problem. Even President Akufo-Addo, if his 3-year immunity status does not expire, anybody who believes that he's done something can. But President Akufo-Addo is living in this country. Nobody has harassed him. So what is special about Ofori Atta that will make anybody harass him? The fact that he may be arrested, read his rights, and kept in police or whatever custody it is, interrogated, taken to court, granted bail, and then the court process begins. How different is that from what even members of his government as well are going through today? Are there not MPP people who want to be in court and who want to be lawyer is here? The Buffer Stockman. No, Alfred. The Buffer Stockman.
The same thing.
The Buffer Stockman, is he not standing trial?
We're all saying the same thing.
What has happened to him that is extraordinary? Again, the last 2 points. Again, the options that Kofi says are available to Ofori Atta are actually not available. Indeed, check the sequence of events. Ofori Atta's visa was revoked upon the intervention of the Ghanaian government because it was noticed that the extradition process may take a bit of time.
I see.
However, if the visa is revoked, immediately, even his stay in the United States is made untenable unless he is able to show at this hearing that he has cause to do so. So the fact that they have a citizenship purchase program doesn't mean that if you are accused of crime, you can go and buy it as a way of evading justice. The American system is not a banana republic.
Excellent.
They have straight, forget about what you may think about Trump. But their system is solid. They believe in the rule of law and they practice it. Even President Trump will be held to account if they believe he's done wrong. So the fact that he's selling citizenship, that program is open to persons who are eligible. They will screen you. You think that they will sell citizenship to somebody who they suspect to be a terrorist? And they won't. They won't. Number two. No.
It's always been around.
If I'm saying, are you saying that the American authorities? No. Even if listen, I'll answer this. Kofi, you believe that President Trump or the American system will grant or sell citizenship to a drug dealer or a terrorist simply because that is available, or somebody who has criminal charges of crime? They won't. Number two, self-deportation. They will not hand $3,000 over to Ofori Atta to self-deport, knowing what they know. When they themselves have taken the step to revoke his stay in the United States because of the offenses that he is accused of. So the argument that Kofi has advanced, unfortunately, are not tenable. Number one, Ken doesn't have any excuse not to be here. Nobody will kill him. Nobody will mistreat him. There is so much recourse that he can resort to if he feels unfairly treated. The same treated meted out to everybody. Why? We had this chairman, Ofosu Kwakye. He was arrested and put before court for attending a meeting. They were those who actually had killed people over which he was convening the meeting worked free. It happened in this country. Yes. There are people who shot people dead who are working free in this country. Gregory Afoko, a court ordered his release. He was kept for 10 years, a decade. Yeah. It was under Ofori Atta's government when that happened. So please,
has never got in the government.
What I mean, like, the government that he was part of. It is because of the premise that Kofi laid. Do unto others what you want others to do. So what did Ofori Atta's government, his cousin, the president, do to others?
His brother. Yeah,
you understand me? So please, everybody, and indeed, the reason why Ofori Atta's case is even essential is that he was in occupied Ghana with Kofi. Why? He is on record to have actually penned an article in 2015 calling on people to hold government to account. Indeed, he even attacked civil society and the media for being complicit in what he believed to be poor governance and calling for accountability. He went on occupied Ghana demonstrations ostensibly to demand accountability, which was his right. Why therefore is he running away from accountability? When the same rod is used to measure him, he says he is afraid. Suddenly, Ghana has become a backwater republic, a banana republic. That the moment he comes to Ghana, he will be bundled up, taken to his home, tortured and murdered. So he is afraid. He can't come to Ghana. He is better than Gift Awari and Abdul Hanan and Wuntumi and all the others. He is better than Opuni, Agongo, Atufosin, Ofosu Kwakye. He is better than Sedina. Who stands convicted as we speak?
These are your words.
Yes. So that is why I'm saying that I disagree virulently with Kofi's take on this matter.
So you see, Kofi Bentil also on Imani Africa for deputy president, vice president. Is in the first place, no, I was even asking myself, say, can Ofori Atta, why is he so? Why is he afraid? Because listen, can Ofori Atta jidi say crime now wa committing no a crime ma ye punishing for and on who say crime ma ye judge for. Saying go munya can Ofori Atta bibia kura. Can Ofori Atta lying to Ghanaians that he's sick and was in exile for a full year and quiet enough to be punished. And the same was Yasubani Ninaka Hudi. And today in Ghana, he's afraid to come. And when I fell into Ofosu Kwakye Bisano, is Ofori Atta better than all these people of Obomudino? Gift Awari was not in Ghana. She came back to face trial. She came back to face what? Court ruling. She came back to face her charges. Ofori Atta, he is special than who? And why is he why is he afraid, say? I mean, why is he afraid? Why is he afraid about neighbor to know? Other sabi obe kono o jana na go kutoka airport stores na zo o ye dien. O ye dien. You see? That is the problem. Can Ofori Atta share the idea won't to me? I said, no, me bonny doors with Jen Crawford. Until me ba me humbe chiri me ache homo. Now, do you guys believe say Can Ofori Atta bet man that sells for 48 hours? Can Ofori Atta, can he sleep in cells? Can Ofori Atta bet man that BNI sells for 48 hours? Can Ofori Atta bet man that BNI sells for 48 hours? Can he? Can he? Now, Papa Penny Mood say Kofi Bentil to TV so justifying this rubbish. Say, can Ofori Atta ebetima to citizenship of America? Onto or trend onto. Nipa mitchiri no we as say, one won't say deal with a crime pa, but he will keep defending it. Why? So, Attorney General Dominic Ayini Asha said by 20th, I got 3 days. By 20th, dear, na Ken Ofori Atta I born a gala way back to Ghana. So we are watching closely. Yeah, Shani ABC. Peace out.